This rod is actually called a sacrificial rod. So its whole job is to protect your hot water tank. You may be asking, why are you doing this? This is what's inside your hot water tank. But it's worth it because replacing one of these hot water tanks, you are talking anywhere between like $500 and $800 depending on what unit you have. Well, good morning. It's the 5th of July, and we decided to celebrate the 5th of July by doing some water stuff. So, not water play, water stuff. One thing that we always kind of keep in the back of our mind is with hard water, and which we don't have issues with anymore because we have the on-the-go water softener. But for 6 months prior to that, we had a lot of hard water. So we've been thinking about, hey, we need to clean out our hot water tank. And this morning I pulled the anode rod out, and this is what we had. So it looks pretty bad, but honestly there actually is still some life left in that. I think you're allowed to go down about to like 25% of this. This is a brand new one, so you can see we're still actually within specs. New, old, new, old, gross, not so gross. So you want to check that every so often. If you're a full-timer, you're going to do it more often. If you just go like, a couple weekends in the summer, your hot water tank is going to last you. But we've been going non-stop for 6 months now, and so we wanted to pull that out. So we actually just kind of did a sanitization, and now we're doing the anode rod, but you also need to actually get inside of your hot water tank and flush it out. So I'm going to show you how to do that here real quick. There's this really handy dandy, God, it looks like a dental tool for a giant, but this is about like 10 bucks. You can get it at a local RV store. We'll put a link down below for it. But all we're going to do is we're going to turn the water on, and we're going to stick this in there, and we're going to flush out all the gunk. All right, so a little safety disclaimer here. Hot water tank, first word, hot. So you're going to want to turn off your hot water tank. We let ours go for about an hour, and then we actually ran some of the water out of it. Turn off the water. Pull your pressure release valve, and then let that go. Once that stops, we unscrewed this and let that just flow out. Now I use some heavy duty gloves to protect, because that's hot water still probably coming out of there. Anyway, now I'm going to turn this guy on. This is neat. Look at that. We're going to jam that inside, and we're going to rinse that sucker out. Woo! Look at this. This is what's inside your hot water tank. So all you're going to want to do is just move that back and forth. Well, it is like going to the dentist's office, isn't it? I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing, but I'm going to scrape this in and out for a while until the water comes out clear, and then we'll replace that anode rod. Don't stare at me while I'm doing this. Okay, so that's coming out there pretty clear. So I'm just going to let that drain out, and then I'm going to put some Teflon tape on the new rod on the threads. We're going to put that back in. I'm going to close the pressure valve. We're going to turn the water back on to get water into the system before we turn on the hot water tank. You don't want to turn on the hot water tank when you don't have any hot water or any water in there, because it can actually damage your tank. So you may be asking, why are you doing this? This rod is actually called a sacrificial rod. So its whole job is to protect your hot water tank. So when you have hot water, or excuse me, when you have hard water, you can get a lot of minerals and stuff in there, and that builds up. Now, having a soft water tank isn't going to stop some of the items from getting in there, but it's going to keep out a lot of the iron and things like that. You're still going to want to perform this flush. You still need to check your anode rod. I think for us, honestly, about every 6 months. We may need to do it more often than that, but I feel pretty comfortable. Again, we've been going full time for 6 months. and that rod's at that level, so I think we're okay. This whole process doesn't take very long. I think the longest part of it is the prep time. Shutting off the hot water tank, letting it sit for a while, run all the hot water out, open up your low point drains, open up your pressure valve, release it, check it, stick it back in. But it's worth it because replacing one of these hot water tanks, you are talking anywhere between like $500 and $800 depending on what unit you have. So I guess opportunity cost, right? So opportunity cost for us is it's a heck of a lot cheaper for us to do this ourselves and check it and replace it than it is to replace that whole thing. I swear every time I'm outside doing work on Tandy, Susanna's in vacuuming. So there's always that nice hum. Vacuum cleaner going on. Alright, so we've got our tape on the threads. Now you're probably going to find that your rod, those threads aren't going to go all the way inside, so you're probably going to end up with a gap, which that's normal, so don't freak out about it. Pressure valve closed, and now we're going to go back, we're going to hook up the water again, turn the water on, get some water in the tank. Okay, so city water's on. We've got the hot water tank on, there's water in the tank, and I've just checked these and made sure that there's no leaks where I put the anode rod on or in the pressure release valve. Everything's good. I dried it up, and that was it's very simple. Again, the preparation may take a little bit of time, but I mean, again, if you take away the turning off the hot water tank and letting it sit for a while, this whole process, 15-20 minutes. And that's also depending on how dirty the inside of your tank is as you're scrubbing it out with your giant size dental tool. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. Give us a thumbs up, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out, and subscribe. Hop on. We've got a lot of great videos, how-tos, reviews, hacks, tips, tricks, and then of course travel. That's what we do. We're hitting the trail. We travel. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. We'd love to share our journey with you, so hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to leave your comments down below and hit the like button.